Good evening, everyone. We're going to start momentarily. Okay, good evening, everyone.
Daddy, look at me.
Oh, that is a beautiful pillow. It says Tommy on it. Thank you. Welcome, everybody, to our home, to our special Seder.
What does it say?
Okay, it says that Ami Brand is ready for the Seder. So wait a second. Can everybody see? Okay, does anybody want to introduce themselves for 1 second? Ami Brand? Elon Brand? 1 second. Is everybody muted? Hang on 1 second. Okay. Oh, there's Saba. Everybody say hi to Saba.
Hi. Hi, Dada.
There's Ami. Okay. So can everybody see? We're going to start tonight. We're making our special pre-Seder.
Hi, Bubby.
You see Saba. Ami Brand, do you want to start tonight with the Manish Tanha? Because you have your 4 cups ready.
Daddy, Dada,
Halelos, Mikol, Halelos, Shebechol, Halelos, Chametzu Matzah, Halayla Hazeh, Kulo Matzah, Halayla Hazeh, Kulo Matzah. Awesome! Seder Brand, would you like to sing the next part of the Madishtana? Shebachol, Hallel. Amazing, beautiful job. Okay, so do you know, Aryeh Brand, can you tell me what is hidden right here under this cloth? How many matzahs are there? 3 matzahs, amazing. So under this cloth, we have 3 matzahs. Now, why are we eating, Elon Brand, why are we eating matzah tonight for our Seder?
Because when the Jews left, we had matzah, we couldn't have like regular bread.
Oh, when the Jews left Egypt, they couldn't eat regular bread because they were in a rush, right?
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, here's the secret, and most of us don't really think about this. Guess what? They ate matzah before they left Mitzrayim. Yes! They ate matzah with their Korban Pesach, with the special meal that they had in Egypt. And you're going to get it in 1 minute. And that reminds us that even though the Jewish people had not even left yet, they trusted in Hashem that God was going to take them out, and he did. So they ate matzah when they left, but even before. So tonight, we're going to celebrate the freedom of leaving Egypt. So we're going to drink 4 cups. So Ami, do you want to start drinking the first of the 4 cups? All right, let's hear. Baruch Melech Borei Peri Amen. So tell us how it is. How is it? Yum? Okay, now wait a second. Tonight at the Seder, we're going to have 15 steps. Do you guys know all the 15 steps? Should we share it? I think that Saba and Safta are there, and Cecilia is there, and Shale, and so many wonderful friends. We wish you a beautiful, healthy, safe Pesach. Should we sing Kadesh Wachat? All the 15 steps, you ready? 1 second, he wants a, wait, Hila wants to get it in her Haggadah. Are you almost ready? Here we go. Kadesh Wachat, Karpas Yachatz, Magid Rachza, Motzi Matzah, Maror Korech, Shofan Orech, Safud Marech, Alel Yirtzah. So there are 15 steps in the Seder, and we are going to go through tonight all the 15 steps, because we're going to start with Kaddish, we're going to say Kiddush, and that's going to be our first cup, and then we're going to say the Haggadah. The Haggadah tells the story. What is the basic storyline, Seder Brand, of the Seder? What happened? And then they left. Awesome. So we were slaves, and then Hashem freed us, but we were also at the beginning idol worshipers, and then Hashem brought us to understanding the truth that there is only one God who takes care of us and is connected with us. So we do a lot of interesting things. So we eat matzah, and we're going to eat maror. What do you think is maror? Which one of these on the plate? Yes, Hila Brand, what is maror? The middle one, yes. This is maror because it's a little bit bitter, but it's also on our Seder plate. It's lettuce, because in Hebrew and in Aramaic, the Gemara says that the word maror is chasa. Chasa means Hashem took care of us. He had.
What's behind you?
Wait a second, what is it? Oh, it says Ami. Is that my special pillow for leaning? Because when I drink 4 cups, what's the other side? Oh, it also says Ami and it says Pesach. So we're going to eat maror, even though the maror is so bitter, we know that Hashem was chasa on us. Are you ready for the second cup? All right, you drink the second cup. And while Ami drinks the second cup, we're going to remember that when Hashem took us out, it was so difficult, and then it was so great. So we're drinking cups and we're leaning on our Ami pillows, and we're thankful to Hashem. So we're going to sing a song that reminds us of being thankful. Open up your Haggadah, Hila Brand, to a page called Dayenu. Are you ready? You know it also? Can you sing it with us? Okay, Dan, can you help us? Awesome, thank you. We talk about how Hashem saved us from so many different things, and if He had only saved us from one thing, that would have been enough. And if He would have only saved us from the next thing, that would have been enough. So, take a look for it. Hilo, you have it? Are you ready? Should we start? Ilu, Hotzianu, mi Mitzrayim, Hotzianu, mi Mitzrayim, Dayenu, Dayenu, Dayenu. Ilu, Hotzianu, mi Mitzrayim, below, what does it say next? Below Asa, Bohem Shpatim Dayenu. Ilu Asa Bohem Shpatim Below Asa Belohem Dayenu. Is that good? Dayenu. Should we do one more section? Ilu asa belohem below haragas bechoreim dayenu. Ilu haragas bechoreim below nasalanu es momonam dayenu. Dai, Daienu, Dai, Daienu, Dai, Daienu, Daienu. So do you know what Daienu means? That we need to say what, Seder Brand? It's enough. It's enough to say what, Ilan? It's enough to say that would have been enough for the end of the story. Would have been enough for the end of the Jewish story had we left Egypt but drowned in the sea?
No.
No, but it would have been enough to say, that's right. We say Dayenu, not because that would have been enough. The end of the story is getting to Israel and building the house of Hashem. What is the name of the house of Hashem, Aryeh Brand? The Beis HaMikdash, the Beis HaMechira. But we're going to open it in a minute. But just getting to the Beis HaMikdash was the goal. But every step of the way we say thank you. So we take a moment now, and I want to collectively express our Hakaras Hatov to Mami for all the work to put together the Seder and all the different things. So Ami, you can open up your Haggadah now. You can open it up, and in your Haggadah, you're going to find all the things that we're thankful for. That we have a shank bone that reminds us of the Korban Pesach. Well, we have two, because the original one that was from a lamb, you see what happened? It burnt. I burnt it accidentally, so we have a new one. We have the Beitza, which reminds us of the second sacrifice. We have the Moror. We have Charoses. Charoses, what does Charoses remind us of? Anybody know what Charoses reminds us of? What does it remind us of? The bricks that we worked so hard. This is Ami's Haggadah. We have Karpas. If anybody wants to use bananas, you can use bananas for Karpas because it's Bori Pradama. And then we have a second kind of Moror called Chazeres. That reminds us of, in Europe, they used to have a special kind of Moror. They didn't have lettuce, so they used Chazeres. They used very strong. Woo! It clears your sinuses. You want to smell it? All right, Ami, you could drink your third cup, because what we are thinking about tonight is that this is not just our Seder, it's the Seder of many people who came before us. We're wonderful guests we have at our special Seder tonight. Just like a long time ago, there was a special person who opened his house to many guests. Mommy's mommy, we call her Bubby, and her husband, Alav Shalom Zeichet Tzadik L'Bracha, Rabbi Gross. They had a special Seder. And the amazing thing is that our Seder is just like their Seder. Because our Seder has how many matzahs? Ami, how many matzahs do we have under there?
3.
Yes! And how many cups are we going to have, Chaim? 4. And Aryeh, how many things do we have on the Seder plate?
6.
Correct, 6. We discount the burned zroa and the replacement zroa instead. That's the exact same Seder that our parents have, and that our grandparents had, and that our great-grandparents had. That Zadie Sender welcomed all the guests as a rabbi in Miami, and Saba Rabba Zechron Lebracha in Far Rockaway. And here is a special note for many of us. Some of you saw me email. Are you ready to see? How many of you guys remember Grandma?
Yeah.
Hands up. Yes, you remember Grandma? Grandma grew up in a small town near Scranton, Pennsylvania. And this was her sister-in-law, my Aunt Tavi Aleh Shalom. And Grandma was part of a special tradition of families that when Life magazine went to feature the story of Judaism, they went to tell the story of our family. And this is our great-great-grandfather. His name was Pa Eliyahu Elijah Fink. You see that? Elias Fink. And this was the Seder table that they were getting ready to eat at, just like our Seder table. So this is a tradition, this is a Masorah of making a Seder that goes all the way back, Hila, to your great-great-grandfather.
What does that say?
That says Haggadah Shel Aaron Amiel. You're Haggadah. Amazing. You know what? You're such a great participant. Do you want to run and get a special lollipop for the Seder? So can you get a treat because you're saying so nicely? You want to go get one? They're in the top of the cabinet. Ami will get it in 1 second. So this connection to the previous generations have us, Hila, being the next link in the chain of the Masorah. Ilana, do you want to share maybe one insight, one thought that you thought about in preparing for the Seder for this year? For everybody, one thing that we think about, one idea that we focus on?
The idea that
Any particular thing that you were thinking about in terms of your preparation? You want to start with Chaim?
Yeah.
We can start with Chaim, but maybe one thing for you guys to think about, maybe thinking about it in the theme of generations, about how so many generations have observed this Yom Tov. Some people are observing this Yom Tov even if they are home alone. Well, my grandfather, Zaidi, Max Brand, Matel, so he was in the American Army serving in World War II, and one year he had to observe the Seder all by himself. And now he passed away, but we are thinking of him and all the previous generations. And even if people are observing the Seder by themselves, we continue to say that, to have that connection. So Ilan, can you tell me maybe a thought, something that you thought about for this Pesach that relates to the matzah? One thing that you can think about that relates to matzah this Pesach, anything related to emuna perhaps, because the matzah is nama de behanusa. How does that, any thoughts on that or anything, did you want to bring up something that you wrote down from
I know
downstairs?
some stuff about the matzah.
Oh, could you tell me?
That it's not just, that it's like glacha, that it's poor man's bread.
Oh, exactly. So why are we eating poor man's bread at the Seder? Thank you, Arian.
Because we remember when we were running out of Egypt, because they didn't actually eat it while they were enslaved. They were leaving it while they were liberated.
Oh, so there is one tradition that they ate away. So it's both poor man's bread and bread of freedom. Mm. So Ari, what do we say in Aramaic? Do you know what that's called? Ha-lachma Anya. This is poor man's bread. Do you know, is there a song that goes to that? Yeah, how does it go?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? It goes Ha-lachma Anya, that one? Exactly. So at our Seder, we have charoses, which reminds us of the bricks. And in that charoses is also wine, red wine, Time Brand. Why do you think it has red wine in it? It's a zecher to what? What do you think is blood? That's right, the blood and the suffering. Why do you think it's important, guys, that we should remember that our family was in Egypt? Why don't we just not remember that? Why do we have to eat maror and taste it? The Gemara says that if you eat maror and you swallow it in a capsule, you'll not yotzei. Oh, so why do you think? Why do you have to taste the bitterness? Why is that important? Yes, very good, Arya. Well, what happens if you taste some bitterness and then you see somebody else who's feeling bitter? What are you going to do?
Help them.
That's right. Are you going to care about somebody else?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know what it's like to feel bitter. So the Torah says we always have to remember what it was like in Egypt, because in Egypt it was so bitter for us. So now we should remember how to treat other people. So how should we be to other people, Abby? How should we treat them? Should we make them feel happy?
Yeah.
And should we be nice to them, or should we be mean? What do you think? It's okay. Do you want to just be nice to them and not to be mean, right? Well, there was one person in Egypt who was very, very mean. Let him tell us who was very mean. And he woke up in the middle of the night. Pharaoh was really mean, but then on the night of the Seder, tonight, he woke up in the middle of the night. And what was he wearing? Oh, you want to sing the song?
Yeah.
Let's hear it. Pajamas in the middle of the Pharaoh's in pajamas in the middle of the Pharaoh's in pajamas in the middle of the night. Oh, yeah. Is that funny? Then you woke him up in the middle of the night, but wait a second. Who took us out of Mitzrayim? Who was the one? That's right. That's right. Could anybody else have taken us, Ilana? Could anybody else have taken us out of Egypt?
No.
The Gemara says, the Medrash says that no slaves escaped from Egypt because they had such a strong hold on all of their servants. And yet, the Jewish people got out. And when we left, how many punishments? How many consequences? How many? How many? All right. Do you know what they are, Seder Brand? Do you know? Yes, the 10 makos. The Eser makos. Ari, do you know them? Can you list them off?
Dam, Stradea, Kenan, Baro, Geber, Shrin, Barad, Arba, Koshech.
Very good. Awesome. So now, Ilan, a big talker, what are they in English? Blood.
Frogs,
Okay.
lice.
Yeah.
Is it four? It's lice.
Lice, yeah.
Baruch is it's like water.
Yes.
Dever is like dead animals.
Yes.
And then
Dever.
boils.
Yes.
Barnard hell.
Yes.
Hosha. No, Arvet.
Yes.
Locust.
Locust.
Locust, darkness, and the dead firstborn.
The dead firstborns. Give it up. Excellent. So these were 10 plagues, but they weren't. He gets a lollipop later. They weren't just punishments. They were ways that Hashem showed that He is in charge of the world and involved in the world. And that's part of building our emunah, our faith, our connection. Emunah doesn't mean something that we believe in our head. It means something we feel. We feel connected to Hashem. Hashem is always with us. So the first 3 makos, they taught us what? What do you think they taught us? Yes? That there is a, what's that? That there is a God, exactly. Ki ani Hashem, that I am Hashem. And that Hashem existed in Egypt, and He's right here today with Seder Brand. In your Haggadah, do you want to find something about Hashem in your Haggadah? Can you find it?
No.
You can look for it. The second set of makos, not just that I am, oh, okay, so I'll find it for you. Not just that I am Hashem, but I am Hashem Bekerev Haaretz. I know what's going on. I'm involved in the world. And then the last set is that, yeah, that Hashem is going to take His hand and rescue the Jewish people. And He's going to tell us everything through Moshe Rabbeinu and ultimately choose the Jewish people. And do you know what that means? That means that Hashem says that I love the Jewish people. The last of the makos is what time? Makas B'chorot. So what happened? The firstborn died, but now there are a lot of commandments about firstborns, like Seder Brand. Seder Brand is a before, and that means that firstborns have a special status because Hashem says that B'ni B'chori Yisrael. The Jewish people are the firstborn of Hashem. But wait a second. If Chaim is my firstborn, do I love Chaim more than Ami? No. So Hashem loves all creatures, all human beings. All human beings are precious to Hashem, but the Jewish people have a special role. Just as the oldest has the role to be the role model for the younger children, so too the Jewish people have the role model. Wait a second. Now that you got up to this, do you know what it's time for? Now that you had 3 cups, it's time to say Hallel and praise Hashem that Hashem is taking care of us. And that means you get 1 last cup of grape juice. Who gets 4 cups? Seder Brand. All right, let's see. How delicious is it? Great. And did you spill? Wow. Okay.
A whole
Should we
Seder
sing?
without spilling.
A whole Seder without spilling. Aryeh well said. Can we sing 1 song from Hallel? Yeah. Yevorech es beis Yisrael. I'll find it for you. Yevorech Yireh Aharon. Where are we up to? 1 second. Where am I? Yevorech Yireh es beis Yisrael. Yevorech es beis Aharon. Yevorech Yireh Hashem. Haketanim im hagedolim. Yosef Hashem aleichem. This one aleichem b'yom benechem. Beruchem atem Hashem. Osei shamayim ba'aretz. Shamayim, shamayim Hashem. Ve'oretz nasan l'bnei adam. Lo amesim yaleluka. V'lo goyer neduma. V'anachnu nevarech ya. Me'atov yad olam. Hallelujah. This says Hallel because at the Seder we sing portion. Wait a second. What is that? It's your Ami pillow? Why do I have a pillow?
Because.
Why?
Because we're going to be leaning while we're drinking and eating. Like we are kings.
That's right.
Kings and like we are not slaves and.
That's right. That's right. Because slaves don't eat leaning on pillows, but tonight we're going to eat leaning on pillows. Exactly right. Seder Brand. And so we know that Hashem took us out of Egypt, and now is everybody allowed? One second. One sec. Just wait 1 second. Is everybody allowed to travel wherever they want now?
No.
Nope. We are all at home. We're not allowed to go anywhere because there's a lot of stuff going out there. And even though it's scary and there's a lot of stuff, who do we have faith in that He's taking care of us and watching us? Yeah. Hashem, God is watching over us. We're going to be very careful, and we're also going to remember that we love Hashem and Hashem is with us. That's for a tune. That's for a song. So we are thankful that every year we remind ourselves that we have emunah, that we have faith, that we have Hashem in our lives. In an exercise of gratitude, we've done this many times in our house. What do you think, Ilani, is something that you are thankful for on this Pesach? We should all think that, you know, on the one hand, we can't travel and we can't be away, you know, at any destination, and we can't have guests physically, but we have a lot to be thankful for. So what are we thankful for this Yom Tov? Ilani, can you tell us?
I'm thankful for that we're healthy.
That we're healthy. Chaim, well, something we're thankful for? That we have food to eat. Thank God for the food to eat. Arya, what are we thankful for?
That we have a good Seder table.
We have a beautiful Seder table. Seder Brand, what are we thankful for?
I don't know.
You don't know? What are we thankful for? Are you thankful for the fact that you have a beautiful Haggadah? Ami, what are you thankful for? Our family. I'm thankful for Mommy and for all of our children. And I'm thankful that we are able to be together with each other, even if we're not physically together with each other. Arya, can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
In this little cup here is karpas. Karpas sounds like the word passing. What does passing remind you of? Some kind of,
There's a banana.
yeah, there's a banana, some kind of kasonus. What
Yeah.
is
Yosef's coat,
Ah, Yosef had a coat. How did the Jewish people get down to Egypt in the first place?
because of Yosef.
Because of Yosef. They weren't getting along so nicely. So we learn that we have to make sure to get along very nicely with all members of our family.
Okay, Daddy.
Yes? Now, in addition to remembering all of the things that happened to us in Mitzrayim, on the night of the Seder, when we used to have a Beis HaMikdash, what would everybody offer? 1 second. Ilana's going to tell us. What would the people bring? What would they offer? A special korban, a korban Pesach. Where would they offer the korban Pesach, Ilan?
And
Where would they go? Yes, in the Beis HaMikdash, in Hashem's house in Yerushalayim. So tonight we're thinking about being in Yerushalayim, and that's why I'm wearing this. I'm wearing this because in the Beis HaMikdash, a lot of people, when they would dress up, they would wear a special white jacket, a special kittel. That means that we remember the Beis HaMikdash. And we also, just like in the Beis HaMikdash, anytime they ate a vegetable dipped in water, they would, what would they do, Aryeh? They would wash their hands. Exactly. So we too are going to wash our hands. Can you show us our hands?
very great picture.
Beautiful. And then we're going to thank Hashem for our food, and we're going to say a bracha of benching, right? Yeah. We're going to thank Hashem for all the delicious food. What's one food that you love? What do you like? Lollipops? Yeah. You love lollipops. That's awesome. What about, does anybody like what's under this? Seder Brand, do you know what's here? Matzah. It's hamotzi. What is matzah made out of? Arya, do you know what matzah is made out of? What do you think is in it?
Water and flour.
That's it. No other ingredients. Matzah doesn't rise. It's only water and flour, and we have to make sure that it doesn't become chametz. Chametz reminds us of the Yetzer Hara, the feeling that we want to be a big shot or arrogant. And matzah remembers that because Hashem loves us, we're precious and we don't have to try to show off to anybody else.
Okay, Daddy.
Is that good? So should we sing one more song and then we're going to say Happy Pesach to everyone?
Yeah.
Do you want to pick the song? Which song should we sing? Should we sing Paro in Pajamas? We should?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it. Go ahead. That's funny. Can we sing maybe one song like Chad Gadya? No?
Choose a different
Which one do you want, Arya? You
one.
said,
Any song that
should we
I
sing
don't care.
one another song? Should we do maybe one more thing from Hallel? Should we do one more thing from Hallel? Or should we do a fast song just to sing together? Lishana haba, Lishana haba, Lishana haba, Birushalayim. Lishana haba, Lishana haba, Lishana haba, Birushalayim. Lishana haba, Birushalayim. Lishana haba, Birushalayim. Lishana haba, Birushalayim. Okay, we thank all the children. We thank you all for coming. We wish you all a happy, kosher, healthy Pesach. Shanat, what's that? Lashana haba next year in Yerushalayim. Oh, Kafar Elio we'll have to do later. Thank you everybody for coming. Be well. Thank you. Chag Sameach. Take care.